Hello, this is Dr. Edward Goold, and I am a professional professor of business studies. I grew up in a family and neighborhood that highly valued formal education, and I aspire to be the best educator possible. Education is actually a better part of my life, as I have an AAS degree in culinary arts, a BS degree in hotel restaurant administration, an MBA in management, and then a doctorate degree in business administration. And it was a couple of experiences I had that made me want to excel at something. When I was younger, I had a neighbor, Mr. Andruzzi, who had a restaurant, was very proud of making fabulous Italian food. And he cared about his patrons and guests at his restaurants. How does this relate to education? Is actually, little did he know, he was impacting me with life-changing power. And that is what teaching's about, actually. Back when I graduated from Florida International University Hotel Restaurant School, I went to the Career Center at graduation, and 4 men in suits offered me jobs. Kind of dating myself a little bit. But I went through a 7-week on-the-job training program with a company called Jericho Inc. Restaurants at the time. And one of the training managers, Mr. Ellison, made a huge impact on me, as he had owned some Sizzler steakhouses at the time. And he took me aside, said, make sure you sincerely care about your employees. And that was way before this great movement of empathetic leadership. And I hired an empty nester, to make a long story short, a stay-at-home mom that taken care of a number of children she raised, and they were now out of the house. And as one of the employees, she also had been an avid guest at the restaurant. And I sat down with her and listened to her about some ideas of being more effective at the restaurant. And that brings me to another real important point: active listening. So great teachers listen to their students. So it wasn't too long before I was a top manager for the company, and the West Coast director of the restaurant group inspired me to go for my MBA. There I was inspired by a professor at Cal State Long Beach, and I'll never forget, he was an avid photographer and a big storyteller. And he looked at us and he says, hey, all you want to be big shot business people, think about something you'd like to start a cause for. For example, saving the elephants was the example he used, actually. And then come up with a plan to actually do that, save the elephants. So that was my inspiration in making a nonprofit company, teaching children how to prepare healthy foods, and the start of a group called the Healthy Cookery Expositions. So a great teacher is an entertainer. So then I had an opportunity to do some business consulting with a very inspirational business consultant. And he actually oozed excitement and care for making sure that his business clients became a lot more competent at running their business. And I could really see that when we cared to really help our clients while we were teaching them, guiding them through business, that's when we shined. And then one of the most important days in my life, cutting to the chase here, not getting too long, I had an opportunity to teach because a teacher needed help. So this adjunct teacher needed some help. It's in a boutique computer school. And I decided to take a core course the students were taking on computer design so I could identify with them. And being able to relate with and learning with the students, I saw really gave me a big, huge edge, as they could see I cared. And that brings me to a great teacher is also an avid learner. So thanks, and may I inspire all my students to greatness.